Bumblebee, I will let you know the moment I hear something. Oh, for Primus' sake. Will someone keep him occupied so I can get some work done?
Hello everybody and welcome, I'm Comodin Cam, and today we're going to be ranking every Bumblebee design from worst to best. I'm so excited! And who better to join me than Brian from T-Fan Page 101 and Daniel.
What the hell is this? We're doing Bumblebee? You liked me, that was false.
I told him we were going to do Bumper.
Hello, by the way.
I thought I would get Daniel in this video because...
He hates me.
Yes. And also, he could give an objective opinion.
Well, it's a good thing we stapled your eyelids open.
With me and Brian being huge Bumblebee fans, Daniel, what do you know about the character?
I know he is definitely yellow.
You're pretty much a Transformers fan at this point.
You know, Dan, not a lot of people know that he's yellow.
No, a lot of people think he's brown.
Now we've got so many Bumblebee designs to rank. Instead of 50 shades of grey, we've got 120 shades of yellow. Now, without further ado...
Gas it up and blow it out! Honestly, it sounded better in my head.
For the highest tier, it of course had to be...
Because of you, we have a future, B-127.
My name is
Bumblebee.
And now for the second tier, from the last night.
Say hello to my friend, Bumblebee.
Sting like a bee.
And now for the middle tier, where we kind of like it, but kind of not. I don't know what he said.
You look like somebody mugged your manifold. You okay, Bumblebee?
Out of gasp, but not out of luck.
And now for the second to last tier, we'll have a quote from Transformers Animated.
Know what? You're even uglier from this angle. Scarier too.
And now for the bottom.
You took my voice. You will never rob anyone of anything ever again.
First up, we'll talk about Generation 1 with the original toy. And I gotta say, I'm glad they changed the head design for the cartoon, because I can't imagine Bee being quite as iconic if they didn't change the head design.
I think he's holding Beyblades, and that's awesome.
What do you think, Dan?
It's difficult.
He looks like he has a difficult time.
Yeah, he looks like he can't move around a lot.
His existence is pain.
His existence is just nothing but pain.
Sting like a bee, because it's dorky.
Well, when it comes to the cartoon, I definitely think they changed it for the better.
Oh, they gave him limbs.
Yeah, they give him limbs. That's a big step up.
He's got a diaper, so that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a diaper, it's more kid-friendly. Kids can find this approachable. This, of course, belongs in the top tier.
Hooray! We've done it! Way to go!
When it comes to the Marvel Comics, I will admit I do like the blue highlights.
Why is his face yellow?
Sunburn. He didn't always look like this. In early issues, he resembled more like his toy design.
His face looks like a knockoff Soundwave.
I would say he's uglier from this angle.
Yeah.
Moving on to the Pretenders, now the human shell is just gross.
I don't fuck with you.
But I gotta say, when it comes to the toy, at the time, it was the most accurate G1 Bumblebee you could get. But something about his design just looks really off. He somehow looks more necklace than before.
I gotta give it credit, it stole the Michael Bay stripes 20 years before the Michael Bay movies.
Well, I don't think it's so controversial to talk about the McDonald's Bumblebee.
Bottom tier.
Yeah, this isn't
Straight
even...
off the bat.
Bottom.
Yeah, this is crap.
No bother.
Look! Oh shit, what are we gonna do now?
Now, the G1 Bumblebee has had some great masterpiece toys. We've got the original from 2014, and then the second version from 2019 that's more cartoon accurate. I do like both, but I favour more to the cartoon accurate version.
I kinda like the charm of the original one.
Mainly because of the face. That one's face creeps me out.
Well, I think these two are definitely better than the Battle to Save the Earth one, where it just looks like he's taking a shit. I mean, they tried their best, I guess.
They didn't try hard enough though, did they?
Now, it would feel wrong to not include the time he was rebuilt and named Goldbug.
I'm better than ever. Look at this new paint job. I'm a gold bug.
Who the fuck is this Autobot?
This was supposed to represent him looking mature, but to me, this just looks like a midlife crisis. I mean, he's still a beetle.
Yeah, he looks like he transforms into a truck.
I don't like it. I don't like the shattered glass version as well.
I like the box art. I like the shared glass.
Okay, you do. I don't. What?
I'm not big on it.
Yeah, sorry, bro. We've got you outnumbered here.
Guys, can we share hashtag Goldbug fans unite?
No, don't do that, guys.
Nope.
Put it at the bottom.
Don't do that. I think he's uglier from this angle.
Yeah, that's the slowest I'd go.
Speaking of not Bumblebee, G2 Bumblebee, it's kind of weird. He looks like he transforms into an Acura. I don't know what kind of car that is. And then we also have the Action Master Bumblebee, which looks very sad in this image.
What is that colour?
It's diarrhea gold.
I think they took his voice, without a doubt. Another shit one is the alternative Bumblebee.
He's trying to transform into the Camaro Bumblebee, but he's messing it up.
That chest is just way too wide.
His head's too small.
You got served!
Now, we was going to get a Binotech Bumblebee, but unfortunately it was cancelled. I'm not always the biggest fan of the back of a car being the chest, but I think this looks pretty cool.
I actually kind of like that. It gives him boobs.
Well, you can't argue with that.
Next up, we've got Infobar Bumblebee.
Points for creativity, I'll say that.
That's a chessboard on a phone.
Oh yeah, this is
Terrible. The worst.
Next, we have Q Transformers.
Top tier! Top tier! Top tier!
Okay, fine.
Can't argue with that, look at it.
You did it, little friend. You saved me.
Sadly, Hasbro lost the trademark of Bumblebee, so he didn't appear throughout the early 2000s, but the name did return in 2007, and we'll start off with Transformers Animated.
And you know there's no bot faster.
And I really like this design. I think the voice actor Bumper Robinson did a really great job. Of course, his character is more like an exaggerated hotshot, but still, nonetheless, he still maintains that kid-friendly appeal with Sari in the show. And it really shows with the design. He thinks he's the fastest thing on wheels, yet his vehicle mode is Captain Fanzone's shitty car.
I go like this. And then I be all like this.
And I really like his Cybertronian mode. I think it looks cooler.
I like the shoulders because he looks like a cadet.
I guess the only thing I don't like on the Cybertronian mode is his feet. He looks like he's just got a big fat toe.
Bumblebee never gets toes.
I get it. Because I'm short.
What? I'm just busting your bumpers a little, buddy.
Why does it have to be little buddy? Why can't it just be buddy?
Now, Animated Bumblebee had a bunch of designs and toys, and the only one that really appeals to me is the Elite Guard version, but all of these aren't the best.
What'd you expect from a bunch of undisciplined, insubordinate malfunctions anyway?
They look like a wholesome family. Bumblebee with stripes, I guess they want to bank off the movies. Hydrofire Bumblebee kind of looks like a toy. The Elite Guard Bumblebee, okay, I kind of like that. It looks a little edgy. White Bumblebee.
I think we can agree that the white one looks shit.
And then old Bumblebee looks like a hamster.
Isn't my circuits are gonna fry from boredom?
Moving on to the human form of Bee and the shattered glass version.
Look at you! You're hideous!
Human design looks cool. I like it. It's pretty much the voice actor, Bumper Robinson.
I'm scared that he's got toes now.
Insolent flea! Get off!
The shattered glass Bee is just kind of boring to me. I'm not really getting out from it.
Yeah, I don't really care for it. Now we're gonna rank Bug Bite.
Now, Transformers Animated Bee did return for the Legacy United line. I really don't think they messed around with him too much, unlike with Optimus Prime.
I'm definitely trying to get it right now.
I think Sting Like a Bee.
Yeah! Yeah!
Now, moving on to the live action movies, we'll talk about the early concept art, and to be fair, the only one I'm vibing with is the middle one.
The first one looks depressed.
I think they all do, to be honest.
Come on, don't do that. B.
Now, moving on to the official design, I gotta say, I really do like the 2007 old Camaro because I think it best represents a robot in disguise.
You're wonderful, you're wonderful.
I love this classic Bumblebee. He's cute, he's adorable, he's marketable.
I think this was a bit more nostalgic for me because I think out of all the Transformers, well, Bumblebee in general, this was one of the first ones I was ever introduced to.
Now, I do like his second mode, but I much prefer the headlights on Revenge of the Fallen.
Nah, I like the 2007 Camaro.
Why is that?
Well, look at it.
There you go. I like that it was a little more simpler, I guess.
You just like it because he pissed. When it comes to my personal preference, I prefer the headlights and extra muscle on Revenge of the Fallen. To me, it's just the perfect Camaro.
Don't get me wrong, I love Camaros, so it still works. Dark of the Moon, he got fat.
That makes me feel bad.
Well, yeah, I hope you feel bad. You should feel bad. Look at the jalopy I'm driving now. I feel bad every single day.
With the whole mech tech gimmick thing, I guess they just wanted to add more to show he's got upgrades. It's like a rib cage.
I don't know, it just kind of feels like they're slapping random crap on it.
He's moving him up! No, look at him! Oh, that's gonna hurt tomorrow.
I think the third one is basically the love child of 1 and 2. We'll take a break from the live action movies, but before we do, we'll talk about the toys, and the only one I really want to talk about that stands out to me is the Cyber Stomping one. It just looks nothing like him.
It looks angry. It looks disappointed, and I'm like, why are you upset?
Look, he's got a salad bowl on his head.
I think he's uglier from this angle.
I think he's ugly from every angle.
If you've ever wanted to sleep with Bumblebee, you now can with this Slumber Bumblebee.
Slumblebee.
Slumblebee.
What the hell am I looking at?
I think it turns inside out.
That's even more disgusting.
What the hell is this?
This is the 3D battle cards.
Just put it in ugly. Let's not talk about it. Just put it in ugly. Bye.
Well, next up we've got something better, the Transformers Prime Bumblebee. We have the original design and the Beast Hunters colours, and I gotta say, I really do like this modernised version of the Bayverse design, and I just think it's a good revamp. I love the animation, I love the art style, this is just perfect.
They're both top tier because I love Transformers Prime, and everyone who says otherwise is just jealous of me.
I'll put that next to G1B.
Okay, cool.
Welcome to the club, B. Warrior today? Who knows? Prime tomorrow?
I am sorry to interrupt your celebration.
Here it comes.
Primes never party.
Now, TF Prime Bumblebee had a bunch of toys. He also got a separate Beast Hunters toy, which I'm so glad never made it into the show. I think it looks a little bit better with the black and almost orange colour, but the Dark Energon and the Terracon one, they're okay.
I like how Terracon one looks, but it just doesn't look like B in any way, shape or form.
I actually don't mind the Beast Hunters toy.
I'm sorry. What?
I actually have it. I really like it. I would put it higher. It's actually not bad in person.
Next up we have Daniel's favourite, the My Little Pony Bumblebee.
Dan, settle down. I can see you jumping up and down and spitting up.
He's got this on his shelf at home. I've seen it.
Got a plushie as well.
Yeah.
He also made a custom one that's 6 feet tall.
Let's also throw in the Mighty Mugs. I prefer the second one because the first one, he just looks so stupid.
I kind of like the first one.
You like the first one?
Yeah, because of how stupid it looks. It's the stupidity that's drawing me in.
You gotta understand there's a little bit of charm with the stupidity.
I think he's ugly from this angle.
Never mind.
I'm not going in that water. My gears would be sucked into my main shaft.
A very disturbing one is the QT1 Bumblebee.
Go sit in the corner. Can we put a new rank that's go sit in the corner just for this?
Let's call it no. There you go.
We find you guilty. The penalty is deactivation.
All hail Megatron!
Next up, we have the sequel to Transformers Prime. We have Robots in Disguise, where Bumblebee got his own show, and he's a bit more beefier, a bit more robust, and this basically embraces his voice.
Let's speed and succeed! Well, come on, I mean, you put me on the spot!
I do actually really like this design. You know, to be fair, it kind of blends in a bit of the Beast.
He's got a neck.
Yeah, he's got a neck. He's got a long-ass neck.
Love the alt mode. I do not care for the robot mode. When it translates to Transformers Prime, it just looks strange. Too beefy.
Wait, no, Strong Arm was just kidding! No! No! It's dark down here!
I like the robot design, I'm just not a big fan of the vehicle design.
I think he still stings like a bee.
Yeah, I'd go with that.
Alright, next up.
What the hell?
And now for the final Bumblebee design from Robots in Disguise, we have the Ultra Bee, where basically his entire team, Daniel in the show, combined and formed Ultra Bee. His head is too small. I don't like it.
Yeah, his head's way too small. He's got a very sly smile on his face. I don't like it.
Now let's move on to Rescue Bots. We have two designs here. The original pays close homage to the Transformers Prime Bee, whereas Rescue Bots Academy, a sequel to Rescue Bots, is more closely aligned to the Cyberverse/Evergreen Bumblebee design. This was just released at different periods, so Hasbro had already moved on from the aligned continuity. And I like both. I really do like the original for being more simplified, whereas I do like the Academy for going for more detail.
I think Academy looks a little more complete. The Rescue Bots just looks like a protoform. But I like that.
How you doing, bud? It is great to see you.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to the live action movies.
You know what? Just save us so much time.
And we'll talk about Age of Extinction. And we'll talk about his first design, which is the basically old Camaro, but with the black stripes like we saw in the Beast Hunters line, and they released around the same time. I gotta say, I like this one as well. The same feelings for 2007. This feels like a Robots in Disguise, and he looks really cool. I much prefer this compared to his quote-unquote upgrade version.
Yeah, I like this. I mean, it's a classic Camaro, so of course I'm gonna love it.
I'm kind of always a fan when Bumblebee goes into stealth form. Like, it's just so goddamn cool. Because the dude looks more like a Bumblebee.
B, music. Look at house! Woo!
Well, this design is so much better than his so-called upgrade form. Oh, I don't even know where to begin.
I genuinely hate this design because I can't tell anything. One of the coolest things about the first three Transformers movies is you can somewhat tell what they transformed into because they had certain parts of it. So they felt like, oh, this is a Transformer. With these designs, I couldn't tell anything from whatever. I always thought that the front of the car was on the shoulders because the deluxe toy had it that way.
It's like the wheels. They're not even wheels. Like, they've got rid of the tires and they're like spiked. Like, they look like Prowl's blades from Transformers Animated. But the head, he just looks so bold in the head. And the battle mask, it looks cool, but it doesn't look like a Bumblebee. It looks like a wasp. It looks more like a wasp now.
Despite his complete and total lack of anything resembling warrior discipline, he's like a child.
This child is about to kick your ass.
He brings us shame.
See, I don't mind the helmet because I hate the normal face. It looks like it's stretched.
Yeah, the helmet kind of does actually help that bald. Yeah, it helps cover his face and just hide away all that baldness.
He kind of looks like the Joker when he's trying to sew his face back on.
He gets mad and jealous at Stinger, but he copies the exact same design later on.
I hate cheap knockoffs.
Well, fans did not respond nicely to this design, so when it came to the last night, they basically just meshed together all the Bumblebee designs that we've had so far. You know, we've got the original head, we've got the chest from the last night.
I also like that they gave him the underboob of Dark the Moon.
It's basically just a love child. Is it a Frankenstein monster, or is it actually pretty cool?
I love the car.
Somewhat cool, but somewhat Frankenstein.
I like how much yellow is actually involved with this, because he's colorful. He also looks a little beefy with the shoulders.
It's an improvement, but I still prefer the original trilogy designs.
You talk too much.
Come on, man, million-year-old legendary warrior, you act like a bunch of junkyard dogs!
In Last Night, we got to see what Bumblebee looked like during World War II. And you know what?
What side was he on?
Nazis.
Oh.
And I gotta say, I really do like this alternate look of Bumblebee. You know, where he was named, well, he was called many names, right? What did they call him? Did they give him a name in that film?
Yeah, it was Kevin, I think. I like the idea of it. It's just kind of weird seeing Bumblebee like this.
Where did the hammer go?
I have no idea. He had it in World War II, but he's not had it throughout the last 4 films. We saw it at the last minute in The Last Night.
It's like he got reminded that, oh shit, I have a hammer.
You know, I actually really do like this. I think it's pretty cool. Let's flip it to something disgusting. We have the Machinations.
Oh, that's where that's been. Come on!
Now, this dude is just a menace. He looks horrifying. I would not want to find this guy under my bed.
That gives me nightmares.
Yeah, no.
Next up, we have the Play School Friends Bumblebee.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if I saw this, I'd kick it. I'd also kick the Funko Pops.
Just eyes are burning a hole through my soul.
This is like the default thing your family gets you.
That's most of my Funko Pops. Everyone's like, hey, you would like this, right? And I'm like, thank you. I'm
gonna kill him, B.
This is such bullshit.
You know what? I'm not giving up.
Next up, we have the Creo. We've got the basic bitch Creon.
My favourite one out of all of these is the built one. I don't know why, but I've always liked this design. It's kind of like how I feel with Transformers Prime B. It's like taking that Bayverse and simplifying it and making it more cartoony, and it looks so cool.
One thing that sucked about these toys was you had to break them apart and then put them back together, which was awesome that they made the Battle Changers version of Bumblebee, but they made it too late, so those transformable Creons just kind of came and went.
I just didn't like it be personally.
Do you agree with him, Bri?
No, ignore Dan.
Okay, high up. All of the other miniature ones are just so ugly. The blue one will represent all of them.
No, they all messed up.
Now let's move on to comics and we'll talk about the War Within, and I really do like this design. I like that they took the vehicle mode of G1 and gave it a robot mode. I really do like the UFO aspect to it.
His shoulders look like they're... Are we sure this isn't sea spray?
I guess that's the only negative. It is very similar to both Cosmos and Sea Spray.
And chunky ass legs.
I gotta agree with Dan, he has chunky ass legs.
Moving on to Hearts of Steel, and I think this is pretty adorable. We love B as a train.
I like these trains, but I wish they did more.
It's a train.
Yes, it's trains.
Wow, Dan, nothing gets by you, does it?
That's me. I know a train when I see it.
Now let's talk about a couple of IDW designs, and I gotta say, these dudes have got some big ass toes.
That was the cool thing, was big shoes. Every little cartoon thing, every skateboard artist would draw big shoes.
His kneecap looks very close to his ankle.
Now when it comes to the main IDW Bumblebee design, throughout the comics it gets stylized so differently, but it is the same design. We won't go through every single one because it's so tedious, but the design, I do like it, I just wish it was consistent.
It basically looks the same to me.
Now we have the Flash Animation Universe Shorts that was on YouTube.
I don't like him. Classics Bumblebee, yay! This one is brittle on the chest because he used clear plastic and very thin hinges, so mine's broken. But still, he was my first Bumblebee. I love him. He's just so cute.
I don't like him.
You're an idiot!
I don't like the white stripes.
I think he's got a bit of a cooler vibe to him.
No.
He was fun. You don't like fun.
You can't handle the truth.
I do not want you going to that drive-in theater anymore.
Okay, I will say I do like the black stripes version better. Like, this mold has definitely been repainted better. Now we have the Constructor Bots Bumblebee.
It's anorexic.
Some of these I've kind of come around to, and I actually do like some of them, but this one...
It's like Bionicles.
Yeah, I'm not vibing with it.
That's why I like them, because I like Bionicle.
Right, there we go. Sorry, Bri. You've lost this battle.
I also wasn't going to defend them, because I have that blue Bumblebee, because I got it for $5, and I was like, eh.
If you thought it couldn't get any worse. Yeah, so we have the Battle Masters Bumblebee.
This is all that stands between me and the All-Star?
Let's cheer ourselves up and get into video games, and we've got to start off with the GOAT, the War for Cybertron Bumblebee by High Moon Studios. I think this is just incredible. The voice actor Johnny Young Bosch is incredibly underrated in the role. It's a shame we only had him for just one time.
The Decepticons control the airwaves. The only secure way to communicate is by messenger. I volunteered. Name's Bumblebee.
To me, this just represents the perfect Bumblebee. I love how cool the alt mode is, yet so tiny at the same time.
I love this even more, actually.
Daniel just picked it up right in front of me. I have the original deluxe toy in its vehicle mode, and then I have the recent Studio Series Gamer Edition in its robot mode, and I actually think it looks pretty cool in person.
I actually don't mind that the Studio Series has a belly, because, I mean, it's Bumblebee. He's fine to look lumpy.
Carrying on with video games, we have the Forged to Fight Bumblebee. And I gotta say, yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Guys, can we get a yeah?
Yeah, we got a yeah. I guess Sting Like a Bee, yeah.
Is it Sting Like a Bee? Yeah.
Do you think yeah? I definitely prefer it over the movie version in Forged to Fight.
It looks like you put Bumblebee in a custom character video game thing and then just inflated his torso and lower legs.
Like he's got no eyebrows. It's like his head is just empty in there. Then we have Earth Wars Bumblebee, which I'm not feeling either.
I actually don't mind the look of this, but I get it. It looks like he's got suspenders with the black stripes. Well, I do declare I am Bumblebee. I'm going to run for mayor.
Now let's move on to Transformers Devastation. Now, Transformers Devastation Bumblebee is that original G1 Bumblebee design, but you'll notice, Daniel, his feet are different. Because
still doesn't have toes.
They're supposed to be a modern, just a modern looking car in general.
Actually, the car kind of looks like that classics Bumblebee again.
I gotta admit, that pissed me off. Really annoyed me. I bet there was some sort of copyright infringement, but they couldn't use the Beetle for some reason.
Where is everyone?
Now we have the cancelled Transformers Universe MMO game. This is their version of Bumblebee, of course in the style of Transformers Prime. And this is like a good alternative if you didn't like that original B design.
I love the wheels and the arms. I like the shape in general. It looks a little more curvy, a little more sexy. And I like that sex appeal on Bumblebee.
This is the sexiest it's ever been and ever will be.
Put this on the cover of Vogue.
Wicked. Now we have a very robust Bumblebee in the Transformers Online Chinese game.
Most of the designs for this game fucks.
Yeah, they slap really hard. Like,
put in effort.
this is him looking the most lethal he's perhaps ever looked.
He's got a sword, so that's cool.
Again! I want another ride!
Now we have Transformers Heavy Metal. This was a cancelled game, and this was the concept art, the design for Bumblebee.
Oh my god, he looks fat.
Once again, yeah, he's got a bit of chunk. This Heavy Metal Bumblebee was going for a lot more chunk, but I gotta say, I really do like it. I think it looks really cool.
I don't know how I feel about it. I like the wheels on the back. That's kind of cool. It's not my Bumblebee, I'll say that.
I do like it, but it has got a certain amount of chunk.
Not so great is the Bot Shots Bumblebee.
He's cute.
He's certainly cute.
Just have a little fun, Cam.
I'll put him in the middle. We kind of like it, but then we don't.
Yeah, what is this, Angry Birds?
What RAM-damaged, programming-impaired bot would agree to be in such a degrading spectacle?
I give you Bumblebee!
No! I hate how confident he is. Like, I'm good looking. It's like, no, go away.
Aborted love child of an angry bird and Bumblebee.
I'll burn you so bad you'll wish you died as a child.
I have kind of come around to this design a little bit. I'm just annoyed it wasn't a bee.
I'm just annoyed it was done.
But I guess that would have been just, yeah, I'm just annoyed it was made. He doesn't sting like a bee because he's a bird. Now let's move on to the model kit bee, and you know, I like the look of this.
I haven't. The way the chest has to connect is the worst thing I've ever built. It is broken. It is awful. Most of the figure is fine. He looks good. But you build the chest, it sucks!
Well, it can't be as bad as the go-kart Bumblebee. This is just pure torture. This is go-kart Bumblebee. Look at his face. He's so traumatized.
Yeah, he's living in hell right now.
I want to drive a motorized scooter that looks like Bumblebee. I'm gonna get all the bitches.
Now we have the Evergreen and Cyberverse design. Very slightly different in designs, but they're basically the same. I like this sort of modernized version of Bumblebee.
They are Bumblebee.
That looks like the face of a king.
No, that's a horse.
Ah, scrap.
But I would say I don't like the armored up Bumblebee. just ugly.
A gimmick.
Yeah.
They slapped a submarine on it. How does that make any sense?
It's a fidget spinner. It's everything you've always wanted, Daniel. I hate his face.
That face would keep me up at night.
Cam, can we put up a comparison between this and MODOK from Ant-Man?
Stop laughing at my face!
Rude. Also gross is the Hero Masher's Bumblebee. His proportions are so freaky. Why is he so freaky?
He's just mad because he came up a little short.
Okay, now you're doing it on purpose!
Another thing that deserves to die is the football Bumblebee.
Who was this for? I don't know a single person who owns these.
You are a traitor to Cybertron, and are hereby sentenced to death.
Well, I also don't know a single person that owns the Bat Bumblebee.
Well, who we got here?
Who owns the Bat Bumblebee?
I don't even know what I'm looking at.
What's this from?
I don't know. Now we have Bear Brick, where Bumblebee is a bear.
Sounds a furry.
This one could die.
You are nothing!
Now let's go back to the live action movies, and we'll talk about the Travis Knight Bumblebee from the movie Bumblebee. We'll start off with his Cybertronian mode. Now throughout the franchise, he's shared the same mold with Cliffjumper, and I gotta say, I prefer this design on Cliffjumper, not really so much B. It's just too similar to his Earth mode. The chest is like the only major difference.
I kind of like how round it is.
We know the Earth mode came first, then they came up with the Cybertronian mode, and it just feels so bland. Do you think higher or fine? Oh, not that high.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
No. The only reason I say that is because I think the Jeep version of Bumblebee, despite how brief it was in the film, I think it looks really cool and 10 times better. Way better than the World War II one.
Yeah, you'd think he wouldn't work as a Jeep because it's too square, but no, it works fine. I think the best part is the round headlights.
So, the Bumblebee movie had a prequel, where Bumblebee was around much longer than the 80s, and we have him in a sort of James Bond looking vehicle mode.
It's more like an Aston Martin, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of cool, don't get me wrong, I do kind of dig it. I like the head design a lot more because it's a lot more faithful to the original head design from the G1 cartoon.
I kind of like the chest and how that folds down. Kind of looks like he's got a little bow tie.
Of course, in top tier has to be the main Earth mode of Bumblebee.
Yep.
Basically took Bay vs. B, compressed him, make him a bit more solid so it's less confusing to sort of look at. And I think it works. They just nailed that design perfectly.
They also gave him shoes.
He hasn't got toes, but at least he's got shoes.
Yeah, we love nostalgia and we're never going to leave it alone.
Don't call it a comeback!
I have come here to kick ass.
Technically, Bumblebee was in a Camaro at the end of B-movie, but he's basically the same with what we got in Rise of the Beast. He's got a lot more muscle to that Camaro mode than originally in 2007. I think he looks pretty cool. He's pretty sweet.
I love this design. It's pretty much the best of all Bumblebees to me.
Yeah, it's like if G1B and Bay vs. B had a child next to the B movie. Is it better than the B movie one?
I would put less so because then you're going to have less angry fans.
Thank you for looking out for me, Brian. Now, one of my favourite Bumblebee designs ever doesn't transform. We have the MDLX-B. I like his battle mask, which pays homage to that original G1 toy. And then we also have his normal face, where he's got really big horns.
Why does he have bull horns?
I make him look edgier. Now we have Nanoblock B, which is just an absolute nightmare.
These things are fragile.
If you buy this for someone, you hate them.
No problem.
Okay, well, Daniel, I know you're a big fan of this McDonald's fries Bumblebee.
Yes! He looks like Hatsune Miku with long hair.
Commercialism, my favorite.
The most accurate Bumblebee to date, I think, toy-wise.
I think that this is the best quality, definitely not just trying to market something, Bumblebee that's out there. It's glorious. It's better than the Masterpiece. It's better than any of the Generations toys. Put it in the fucking void.
Well, it's a lot more exciting than the War for Cybertron Netflix Bumblebee.
It looks like that G1 toy that nobody likes.
His attitude in the show stinks.
No,
No,
I'm not signing up for your fight.
I was not asking you to.
You were about to.
No, but seriously, he is pretty boring of a design. I don't favor it because we're supposed to be on Cybertron, yet he looks like his G1 Earth mode. Like, he doesn't transform once in the show.
He looks a little too flat. I think the reason why is because there wasn't a toy of him at the time.
They could have made it up and at least gave him a Cybertronia mode.
Maybe I shouldn't.
We are not.
Now let's move on to the latest Transformers show, that is Earthspark, and I like it. It's basically a more mature adult Bumblebee.
All right, stick it to me.
Ah, you flatter me with your wordplay.
And as they describe in the show, his vehicle mode is a midlife crisis one.
The X12 limited edition? Custom paint, turbo injection, seats that shift to cradle your buttocks? Yeah, I'm gonna have to commandeer your vehicle for my mission.
I think he fits for Bumblebee, this alliteration of Bumblebee, even though his card looks like a Ford GT now.
I do like this design, but he didn't always look like this. We do get a flashback where he resembles more of his classic G1 counterpart. I don't like the double stripes. I actually, you know what? I don't like this. I actually don't like...
I like it as an Easter egg.
Yeah, it's an Easter egg, but I couldn't watch an entire show of him looking like this.
Give me strength.
You know what?
Moving on from that, we have the recent video game, Reactivate, where we actually got a toy of it.
It's a good figure. It's a really good figure. Like, it takes all the characteristics and make him into some sort of Mad Max thing. He's really cool.
Somewhat put off by the vehicle mode. Just seems a bit too different from what I'm used to.
Yeah, I don't know. I do kind of like parts about it. It does look really fun to play with, and I definitely want to own it.
Cool. He's rad. He's cool at parties.
Last but not least, Daniel, Bri, I think you guys are really going to like this design. We have a Peugeot Bumblebee.
I do not know who that is.
I hate it.
Ow! Oh, God!
Sure, there's probably a dozen men out there that are confused right now.
I'm not confused.
The world makes sense right now.
I don't know, it's cute, but it's just not stuff that I'm into. Just not these figures in particular.
I like that the shoes are the Beetle.
This is just kind of an insult.
If a girl walked up to me looking like this, I would immediately order her to go to Hot Topic.
You think these little chains can hold up?
Now it's time to talk about B-127 in Transformers 1, also known as
Badassatron.
Voiced by Keegan-Michael Key, and to me, his no-cog mode is bland and boring, like it's supposed to be.
What? He's broken. Fantastic.
What are you talking about? Why would you say that?
But when it comes to when he actually gets his cog mode, I gotta admit, I didn't at first notice the huge slight difference in, like, I didn't notice the upgrade compared to Orion and D16 and Elita 1. I don't know, I actually did expect them to go all out with the horns, but it's just Bayverse styled, but more G1 inspired. I mean, the vehicle mode is directly from the Bumblebee movie, just tweaked ever so slightly, but I do like it, don't get me wrong, but I just kind of wish they did a little bit more to change him up a bit. I like the Goldbug reference with his helmet, but...
His non-cog mode looks more square. I do like the coloring because they bring a little bit more gray. It breaks it up. The cog mode is just a lot of kind of yellowish gold. Not that it's bad, it's just... It's a lot of it, and it's also very smooth. He's got a very smooth, sexy body. I like the Goldbug reference with the helmet. I thought that was cool.
What do you think, Dan? Does he look badass to you, Daniel?
Well, Bumblebee's supposed to be yellow. He's about as yellow as he's always been. There's kind of an innocent look about him as well. The vehicle mode just looked weird to me.
Do you think they should add more yellow? Comment below.
Badassatron.
Right, now let's move on to some fan art because I want to celebrate all the great fan art out there. Now, originally I was only going to cover 15, but I didn't anticipate how many Bumblebees would be submitted, so we're just going to go down the thread and look at as many as we can because there are so many great Bumblebee designs. Thank you once again for submitting all of your artwork. First up is by Fred, the Stamen Boy Extra. He's done a great shot here of all the gang together with RC, Wheeljack, and Bumblebee. Looks very, very nice, and I like his Bayverse. I like his art style, looks really cool.
I like how smoked Bumblebee is. He looks like he got beat up by a truck.
fire. It's absolute fire.
That one in the back looks really sad.
Why is Arcee screaming and why is it kind of hot?
She's like, this is Pablo, not Wheeljack. And B's just like, I'm just happy to be involved. Alright, next up is a really nice one. I like this artist a lot.
S tier.
We've got Compacula. Yeah, well, yeah, definitely S tier. I love how cute and fuzzy he is. He's just... I mean, I'm kind of terrified to touch him, though. I feel like he might prick you just a little bit.
Terrified to... that's the one I'm least terrified to touch.
This is Bumblebee from Steven Universe.
Yeah, this
is... that's a good comparison.
Ripped straight out of Steven Universe, yeah. And he's a dwarf star.
Make this into a plushie, now.
We need a plushie of this now. Please, Compacula, do it. I like this next one. I like how badass this looks, and I like how his missiles actually look like bees. This is by Shan Art, one of my favorite artists. Looks really cool and badass. Really adds in the black camouflage really, really well.
It's very professional.
I love he's just pew, 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 pew everywhere.
His missiles remind me of Scorponok. I like that how they gave him red eyes.
Next is one of my favorite artists, Deceptinator, and this is a really cool looking design. I like how the front of the car integrates with the toes. It looks really nice. It's a very interesting design I've not quite seen before.
I like his happy little face.
One detail I really like is his license plate is B127.
Yeah, that's a nice little detail.
I like that.
I also like that the stripes are on one kneecap and not the other one. That's cool.
Another artist I really like as well is Anti-100. This is a really cool Cybertronian looking alt mode. Kind of gives me Sunstreaker vibes a bit, but you can still see it as B. I mean, he just looks like he's up to some mischief.
The 6 wheels does throw me off a bit. It still looks cool.
I know, I've never seen Bumblebee with 6 wheels before.
Kind of reminds me of Hot Rod, just with an extra wheel. I love it. I want to kiss it.
Another one I like is Deer Chops' Cybertronian design of Bumblebee. This gives me definitely War for Cybertron vibes. I like the proportions on the arm and the legs as well. I love how kind of like...
See, I think that's the right amount of blue.
Yeah, this is a good amount of blue. I like the blue. It actually looks like the highlight's real as well. Like that glow effect is really nice.
I want to see this as Shattered Glass Bumblebee with the blue highlights.
Another one of my favorite artists is by Vinny Arts a lot. This is just adorable. I love how cute he looks. He looks really adorable. I love the proportions
really
on
stocky.
this. Yeah, really stocky Bumblebee, but I want a comic book of this. I want this to be in an actual comic because I just love how his eyes are just so cute. I also like his alternate version. That's like a gold bug shattered glass, I believe.
Oh my god, it reminds me of Soundwave.
And yeah, exactly, a very evil version of it. I just love how it can go from cute to being an absolute nightmare fuel. Another design I really like is by Paito XD. This is his B-boy. He transforms into a 1970 Ford Mustang. And this guy also looks like he's up to no good. Looks like he's about to cause some trouble.
Got some thick legs.
It looks like he could beat you to death.
Looks like he's about to beat you to death. Brian, watch out. He's going to punch you.
Ah!
One of my favorites is Maxa Alpha. I like this. He takes a more... He combines Transformers Animated and Bayverse really, really well. And he's obviously taken a lot of inspiration from the Bumblebee movie as well. I just love this. I love the vehicle mode. The vehicle mode is just so badass. Just so...
The alt mode should have been reactivate Bumblebee if they continued it.
Yeah. This looks very aggressive. Like I said, he does his inspirations as well. He shows us his inspirations, which is what I really like. A Camaro.
I don't think anyone's going to get the reference, but it looks like something that would be in Acceleracers.
It looks very professional quality.
Alright, next up is a Distinguished Drifter. This is by Terminus Artworks.
Let's see, it looks cool though.
He looks really cool. This guy is way too cool. And the Autobot insignia.
Sunglasses on.
Yeah, the Autobot insignia is like wrapped around is a necklace as well.
It looks like he's got a shark tooth necklace.
Okay, this is my favorite because he's distinguished.
He's a distinguished gentleman. But he also seems like he could sell you some weed or something. I don't know. This guy.
That makes him the best one, doesn't it?
I mean, look at his alt mode.
He could, but I trust him anyways.
Yeah, I trust him anyways, even if he's like a criminal. I trust this guy with my life.
He's the cool kind of criminal.
Another cute one I really like is by Dino Ops. This is a very cute, sweet one. I like it. Transforms actually into a flat
a real life car. Fiat 500.
A Fiat 500. He is so tiny. He's so tiny.
He looked like he would murder and not realize he did it and just keep smiling.
Yeah, innocently.
He's psychopathic.
He's a bit psychopathic, but we love him. He's cute. He's got his moments. We'll say that. He's got his moments. Right, moving on to Chirino. Another artist that I like, but I see all the time on my feed. Really nice.
Like a cat. It's got a cat face to me for some reason. I don't know why.
I suppose you're right. He's got very animated Bumblebee vibes.
He's got cheeks as well.
Yeah. Well,
damn boy, he's thick.
Oh.
Even get a little ass cheeks. That's what we're talking about right there.
I did not notice this Bumblebee had
and
cheeks.
a little tail.
Attention to detail. That's what we appreciate here.
I like that. That's the first Bumblebee.
I want to say thank you to the artist.
I also like Robot Gloves art's design. This is also comic-worthy material. I really like how this looks. Really well animated, almost Disney-esque a little bit.
Yeah, I see that.
Can I buy this?
This guy composed the character really, really well. Great expression on his face as well. Right, next one is another one of my favorite artists that I see on my feed, Kai Rito. This one is from his Requiem series, and I love how he's integrated so much of 2018 Bumblebee, Transformers Animated, Transformers Prime. You can just see so many references scattered throughout. The inspired chest from Transformers Animated is just so cool. I love this so much.
I like that he uses the tail lights for the knees. The chest actually reminds me of the classic Deluxe.
Is this the first one I've seen with teeth?
It's great art style.
No, it's fantastic. It does look like ribs. Like, I'm not saying it is, it does look like a shape from a comic book.
Yeah, it looks like it's just been pulled out of a panel or something like that.
Oh, I love the honeycomb look on that.
Lex to Draw stuff always does great 3D looking model work. Like, that vehicle mode is just so badass. Yeah, the honeycomb pattern all over him is just so
and
neat.
the legs as well, that looks really nice.
Yeah, the way how it like...
I like the electric look on the arm. It reminds me of something from Cyberpunk. One thing I love is the writing on the wheels and the fact that they blacked out the back wheels with the hubcaps, so it stays consistent with the black hexagon pattern.
Nice little design as well by Arccaster.
Well, that's very detailed.
I like this design by Arccaster. Really well detailed, like you said, Dan.
Just staring into your soul.
Another artist that I see quite a lot that I really like is Mayat Sir. A really good one. He's a silly little toddler bee from Transformers Nitro. He's basically the adopted son of Optimus and Alita.
I love the sunset look in the background. That's pretty good.
No, I was just thinking about the second picture that caught me off guard.
He's strangling Optimus Prime. He's a troublemaker. Optimus Prime has a mustache.
Nah, but with these cataracts, it might as well be. What is that, a woodpecker?
Okay. I didn't expect that.
What is that, a woodpecker?
He's Australian.
Okay, next up we've got Hayden the Creator. This is his custom painted Transformers Dark Side of the Moon. He's a murderer.
Evil. Dr. Murderbee.
Yeah. He looks so good.
So
Yeah, he
they
does.
took the Crossfire Bumblebee and then took it to the next level.
He took it to the next level. I like those flames. He's taken a page out of Bayformers Optimus Prime. He wants some flames as well. Car looks nice. Oh wait, this is very similar to Lexus as well. I like that.
Instead of pulling out a gear for a wedding ring at the end of Dark of the Moon, he pulls out a knife and stabs Sam.
And he transforms into this.
And just peels out.
Optimus Prime continues to give his speech as he's doing it.
Sam's bleeding out.
Next up, we've got Daikatsu.
Sorry for butchering that.
Sorry if we butchered that name. I like the pattern on his leg. You can see very faintly there. That looks really nice. I think that's a trademark. Okay, that's a trademark. I thought that was actually...
I thought that was a face screaming for help.
That's actually his trademark. I like it. Still cool anyway. I like this face actually as well. It gives me very much anime vibes, and I really like that. He looks very kid-friendly for sure.
Like the little eyes in the chest, staring into your soul as well.
Yeah.
The body looks like a turtle trying to poke out.
I like it. It's very cute actually. I would love to see an alt mode for this.
I want to see it beat up Starscream.
Okay, next up is Shadow Duelist.
He looks angry.
He looks really angry. I like that. He's a young Autobot
His
scout.
chest looks angry.
Yeah,
Even the car version looks angry.
Everything's angry with this dude. He means business. Do not mess with this guy. Oh, he's gonna sting you, Bri. If you talk shit about him, he's gonna sting you. He's gonna sting you.
Sting him in stab.
Yeah, I want to send an apology to everyone of my followers. I didn't mean it.
Oh.
Hey, an interesting one here is by Awesome Dab 81. He's turned B into a helicopter.
That actually makes a lot of sense. It looks like a bug.
He actually looks like a
does
bug.
make sense.
Yeah, he's actually a bug. He actually looks like a bumblebee for once. Oh.
I like how they flip the panels for the wings to be gray underneath because it looks like insect wings now.
All right, next up we've got Romain Revert. This is his.
I'm into this. I like
his,
Star Wars.
This is his Star Wars and Bumblebee triple changer. It actually reminds me a bit of What's that video game called? Wipeout?
Oh yeah, Wipeout. That was a good game. That was.
Hi, I'm George Lucas, and I approve this vehicle. I'm gonna put it in the next Star Wars movie. Oh my God, sexy legs! I love it.
Familiar Assist has done a really good job here. I love the artwork, and yeah,
They're very feminine legs.
And I like that. I mean, his face is very like, look, he looks like a proper
sly,
very sly, like he's up to something. He's also known as, yeah, I love this, aka Bumbler, Badassatron, Yellow Cliff Jumper. He's a yapper. They call him the yapper. You're a guy who yaps.
Transforms into a Mini Cooper.
I like this Mini Cooper. This is a really nice one.
We need more Mini Cooper Transformers.
Just because you like Mr. Bean.
Another cute one is Ace and Space 11. This is a really cute one. I love this cartoony style. It's so adorable.
Here's my Boo Boo Bee. I love that.
I love the proportions. They're just so cartoony, so nice. I like it.
I like his face. It kind of reminds me of the comic. Was the worst bot ever.
Next up, we've got Callahan Nikolai, and yeah, this
that
boy,
was very spiky.
He's got antlers. I love to know the story about that. This mighty Bumblebee, B rank of the 127th batch of super soldiers cloned from Predacon DNA by the scientist G-Axis for Sentinel's war machine. He escaped with his brother C-127 Cliff Jumper to become a heroic Autobot. A very interesting origin story. That is.
Even gave him his own backstory.
Yeah. Quite a wild one, to be fair, but I like it. It's interesting.
Yeah, he looks very scary.
Alright, next up is by DKKD. Very cute, nice. I like this one a lot.
He's my yellow guy.
Very Cybertronian.
I like how the yellow feels like a secondary color, but it's not like the black Bumblebee. You know, there's just enough to where it's not feeling like the reverse.
A lot of good grey. The grey really blends in with the blue highlights all over it.
Yellow pops out quite well.
Yeah, his face is also pretty cute. Alright, now we've got, well,
another one with teeth.
We know this guy is going to be causing trouble. It's like he belongs in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
It just looks like a kid that's dressed up like one.
This is Stingrat C, and this is really cool. I like this. I like how dorky but also mischievous he looks, and the Autobot insignia, the way how that's been drawn is really cool.
This guy has spray paint somewhere. I know it. He looks like he's got some.
Yeah, he's gonna spray paint.
He looks like a bit like a delinquent.
Yeah, I mean he looks like he's
like an actual teenager.
Yeah, he looks like he's about to. He's basically a baby protoform.
It looks like he's gonna bully Lisa Simpson. I know.
Yeah, he's a bully. He's a fun bully. Got a good heart somewhere. Next up, we've got A All Different, and this is his final revised version. I love how we've got a comparison with him and Optimus Prime, and also really great design.
And no Mini Cooper, by the looks of it.
Very much like that classics Bumblebee, isn't this right, Brian? Very classic style, but obviously he's got the Mini Cooper.
Yeah, like that IDW Generations. I like that he's got his shield on his shoulder, and also I appreciate the fact that Optimus Prime is a fire truck. Thank you.
We need more fire trucks of Optimus Prime.
Yes.
Really great art style. Love it. This is by Toa Cacao, and this is his young little Autobot scout. He turns into an undisclosed muscle car from the early 2000s, and he looks like he's full of. Well, he may not seem like he's full of muscle, but you know this guy can do well in combat. He looks like a very elegant fighter. I like the proportions. I like how it's so heavy at the bottom, but it's not so much at the top.
It looks like he would be an Alita Battle Angel, but he definitely reminds me of some of the concept art for Bumblebee in the first movie, especially the legs.
Thick, chunky legs.
He got thick legs, and that's why we love him. Of course, I've got to mention Mesopius's Bumblebee design. It's a good combination of High Moon designs and Reactivate, and I really like this. I really like this art style a lot, as I always mention. And yeah, I just love the head design. Looks really cool.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to beat you to death.
Oh, this is really nice.
Damn, boy, he's thick.
We got Geeky A92.
No, he's thick in the other direction.
I like the battle mask. That's immediately what I like. But I also like the proportions on his upper half. That's really cool. I like all of it. It's really fun. He seems like a fun guy.
Like a fun guy.
He seems like a fun guy.
You can get a good beer with him.
Yeah, you can get a beer with him. Okay, next up we've got Rotten Soup, and he looks like he belongs in South Park, and I love it.
South Park Transformer.
Yeah. He's a tiny smart car.
He's an odd little fellow, so to say.
He looks like he's ready for the snow.
He just wants to show you some
He
love.
does look like a kid wearing basically winter clothing.
He's got a love heart on his hand. He just wants to show you a good time. He wants someone to play with him in the snow.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be fooled. There's gonna be one of those electric things in his palm.
Yeah, he's an odd little fellow. Dead End 17J gave us Bumbledog, and this is really, really fun.
That does actually look more like a bumblebee. It's actually got a stinger at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got 6 limbs. It's got wings. I like the visor.
But his alt mode as well is pretty cute, pretty adorable. Very 60s, 50s?
60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Some decade.
It looks cute. I love it. I love the head looks like a stinger as well.
Alright, I like this one by Angel. He's a little scruffed, they said.
Ooh, I love the helmet on that.
I like how mean his chest looks as well, but his face looks really cute.
I like the split wings. I love the serrated sides of the arms. It actually looks like it's based on a Bumblebee.
Radio Gamma. I like this one. I like the proportions on this. A big, hunky, chunky guy, but he looks really sweet.
A big hunk.
Badass, though.
I would lay with it and cuddle.
Alright, next up we've got 8-bit art, and I really love these designs. I love the art style. I would actually hang these up on my wall.
Can I have that as my phone cover?
I love the style. It's so cool. I want to see more of these. Now, because we love all of these Bumblebee fan art designs, we're going to include them in the highest tier, and we're going to rename it. It's no longer My Name is Bumblebee, it's My Name is Badassatron.
You're a Badassatron! You're a Badassatron!
Well, some of it's better than the actual official artwork.
Awesome! And there we have it, guys. Every Bumblebee design ranked from worst to best. Daniel, I'll start off with you. What is your personal favourite Bumblebee design?
Personal favourite, this one.
The Q Bumblebee.
Of course.
No, come on.
Come on. I'd go probably Revenge of the Fallen. Bumblebee.
Of course you would. Plot twist, Daniel's actually the biggest Bumblebee fan I know.
Guess you were going to see it sooner or later.
Oh. Wow. I knew Bumblebee was your favorite rescue bot, but this?
You think it's a little over the top?
Brian, what is your personal favorite Bumblebee design?
That first movie Camaro Bumblebee is going to be a classic for me.
I really just like the High Moon Studios design. I think it's just the best representation of Bumblebee. I'd like to thank Brian, TFM Page 101, and of course my close friend Daniel for joining me. I just wanted to torture you guys so much, and no one else would want to do this with me.
Understandable.
I got paid to do this.
Yeah, I paid him 50 cents an hour.
I get to afford gum now this month.
Bumblebee gum.
Well, it's getting pretty late. We should probably hit the road.
You can now rank every Bumblebee we've covered in this video on Tier List Maker. A link to that website will be in the description box below. You can become a channel member now and get early access to all these videos, or you can support it on Patreon where you'll also get early access. And there we have it, guys. I've been Comodin Cam. I have been joined by Daniel and TFM Page 101.
Bye!
See ya.
Get in the garage now!